that this technology community really digs on Game of Thrones. I mean, the dweebs, the dorks, the nerds, you've got your Venn diagram of overlapping sort of groups there. But this show that is so anti-technological, so medieval, has a strong appeal to people in the technology community. I think that's one of the reasons, a possible partnership with Apple may be another reason, that they held the premiere for the new season of Game of Thrones right here in San Francisco last night at the Opera House, a big party afterwards at San Francisco's City Hall. Indeed, I talked to the guys who started the show, D.B. Weiss and Dan Benioff. In fact, I talked to Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce, who tried to claim some kind of ownership on the show, which he has no right to. But it sort of speaks to the level of affection that this show has in the tech community. Listen to what the guys who started the show had to say about the role of technology in the show.
It was created by Dweebs and Dorks, I would say. I mean, you know, we're two guys who grew up playing Dungeons and Dragons, so we cannot make fun of any of the other dorks out there.
I feel like the Dweebs like the show for a different reason than the Dorks.
Yeah.
I think they've got, each has
and
their
the
own.
Geeks are like a whole nother thing. You don't even want to start with them. The geeks are crazy.
So that happened. But it is interesting,
hey,
Matt.
David Benioff, I'm pretty sure he's married to Amanda Peet.
He is married to Amanda Peet. I talked to Amanda Peet last night.
That's not very dweeby. That's pretty cool.
No, he's doing fine.
Fits your two criteria.
It was interesting to talk to these people. I talked also to Peter Dinklage, one of the great stars of the show, the pride of Morristown, New Jersey, about this sort of anti-technological role that the show has. Listen to what he had to say.
The brains are shutting down a bit. You don't need to remember your mom's home phone number. You know, it's crazy because it's right there. What did the private detectives do? That's what I always think. Back in the day, they had to, like, go down the rabbit hole. Now you just go on the internet and find out everything about anybody at any time. It's crazy.
My favorite character.
I got to say that there were at least 6 people I talked to on the red carpet last night who all claim to be Luddites, who hate technology and find themselves working on this show that's more about swords and fire than it is about smartphones and hacking.
Well, and dragons.
There are dragons,
right?
Yes.
Can I just pull out a little Wall Street trivia for those Game of Thrones fans who also happen to work at banks?
What do you got?
David Benioff's father ran Goldman Sachs and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York.
Yeah, his conversations about, I'll have to go back to delivering pizzas or doing a morning job, or I just decided to try this show, sort of fall flat when you know about the financial history of the thing. But, I got to say, like, San Francisco turned out last night, and there were huge crowds outside of the Opera House last night. Blue suits were very much in fashion last night as well.
Look at you. You look great.
Yes, I'm also, it turns out, taller than most actors. No, it was interesting. George R.R. Martin was also there, the author of the books upon which the series is based, and his thoughts about the lack of technology and innovation was very interesting because he sort of takes this very long perspective, as you might imagine. A lot of the sort of the backstory of Game of Thrones is the War of Roses that took place in England in the 1600s, and he talks a lot about sort of how technology hasn't always gone forward, and that's an important part of the series.
The question is technological progress something that happens to all societies? And the answer is no, not necessarily.
Martin.
So it's a heck of a show. Looks like it's going to be a heck of a season. And Matt, yes, lots of funny, lots of naked. You'll like it.